Hypnosil? Why do we have to take this?
So it keeps you nice and docile so I can kick your ass.
Oh, okay.
He was way too fine with that, you know? What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Theme music. What's going on, guys? We are on the second movie of our Versus month.
Yeah.
And it's a fan favorite.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's not doing so well on the Rotten Tomato scale.
Because people have bad taste.
But if you ask anybody that's a vivid or a very wow, I can't speak, a fan of 80s and 70s horror films and 90s,
Right.
then you know this has to be on their list.
Exactly. I saw this in the theater.
So did I.
And then I don't know if I've seen it since then. And when I rewatched it this week, I was like, this movie is so good.
I mean,
this doesn't even qualify as a B movie. Like, I feel like this movie is better than most of the movies in either of the two series.
I mean, like, when you look at it, it's a lot of the stuff is dated now.
Yes.
But it still doesn't take away from the awesome fan fiction this movie is. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, because we absolutely gave you a very obscure hint at the beginning of the movie, or the episode, we are talking about Freddy versus Jason.
Yep. Somebody may have remembered Hypnosil.
Yeah.
They mention it a number of times during the movie, so could be
Right.
a trigger word.
A trigger word. Oh man, I remember when, I mean, you know, growing up, you always have like these small little debates with your friends. More when me and you were growing up versus kids growing up today, or like at least in the iPhone generation, the smartphone generation, right?
Yeah.
Where you're always like, oh man, who would win in the fight, Batman or Superman?
Well, yeah, the big one now is like Goku or Superman.
Stuff
One
like
Punch Man or Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, back in the 90s and the 80s, it was more like, that was an illegal kick in the Karate Kid. If you guys haven't watched Cobra Kai, Season 3 coming in 2021, you guys should watch it now.
You should be watching it.
But one of the major debates was always who would win in the fight. Freddy versus Jason.
Right.
Now, Colby, before you watch this movie, before this movie was even in production or even there was a script for it, did you ever have the thought of like, I wonder who would win, the Dream Demon or the Lake Demon?
I didn't ever really... So, I didn't come up with that thought on my own. I'll say it that way.
Okay.
I remember... probably 8 years before this movie came out, they were like, hey, look what we're gonna do. We're gonna make Freddy versus Jason. And then like that kind of started the debate. So we did talk about it, but it was never one that I put the two of them together and was like, I wonder.
It wasn't as synonymous as like Alien versus Predator.
Right. That seemed more plausible, yeah. Especially after like you get like the end in one of the like the Predator ship and you see like an alien skull.
Oh, the one with Danny Glover.
Yeah, you just like, oh, this is gonna have to happen sometime.
Right. You can't just drop an Easter egg before Easter eggs were a thing.
Yep.
Okay, so like who did you think would win in a fight?
So I actually love this movie because of the way they did it. Mm-hmm. Because when they very first said it, I was like, it doesn't even make sense because Jason's like an immortal like killing machine, and Freddy's like a dream demon. Like
Jason doesn't go to sleep.
They would never fight. Yeah. So, like, I don't even understand how they would make this movie. Like, it just seems like silliness.
But we find out the reason why Jason is even in this movie right from the get-go, because I'm pretty sure, the people who made this movie I'm pretty sure are fans of the franchises as well. Right. Otherwise, they're like, I don't want to make that. That sounds like a direct-to-DVD type of movie. But we get the explanation that Freddy has now been forgotten by Elm Street, or the Elm community.
Right.
We never know what town he's from.
Yeah. So then it's kind of like that they've come up, like, the adults have come up with this plan, and they're like, hey, as long as nobody remembers him, then nobody's scared of him, and as long as nobody's scared of him, he has no power.
And the fact that the adults had to come up with this plan, that means he has been reigning terror over them for at least 10 years.
Generations.
Right?
Yeah.
Because those adults, even though they weren't a part of the families or whatever that Freddy had been hunting down, they had been around enough strange deaths. Like what's it called? Johnny Depp being sucked into his bed and blood spoiling. You hear about that, especially in what seems like a small town as this Elm Street community.
Right.
So that's how he's been terrorizing this thing, and they're like, all right, well, we kind of know what's happening and why he's able to do these things to these children. But if no one knows who he is...
Right. And even if it is like people start talking about it and then they get scared and they're committing suicide or whatever, they're still... It's
attributing
it because of the remembrance of him and his horrific acts that are causing these deaths.
Yeah. And it's funny when we're going through the beginning of the film where the brilliant Robert Englund... Yeah, it's hard to picture anyone else doing the Freddy thing.
Right.
But like, as we're watching that, he really made Freddy Krueger as the person way more horrific than I remember, because I did watch the remake. And I know a lot of people aren't a fan of it. I actually was okay with it. I mean, obviously they went with a more darker tone. But in that one, the Freddy Krueger, the guy who played Freddy Krueger, a super good actor too, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head, made Freddy seem more scary.
Okay.
Because when you see the remake Freddy and his story, it seems like he's being wrongly accused or something with these kid stuff, which, I mean, it's always a touchy subject, like pedophilia and all that stuff and all that. But that one, it made you feel like, it made you doubt yourself that maybe it's not Freddy, which I feel like is much more scary. But, Robert Englund is a totally different Freddy Krueger. It's like the Joker's, one's more sadistic and all that stuff. And Robert Englund is more of like a comedic but sadistic Freddy. And so that's what I was like going through when he was going through the intro. Little side tangent about the remake. But I always, I don't know. So I always thought Freddy would win it, because I'm like, well, if he's in your dreams, he's in total control.
Right.
Right.
See, and that was kind of the thing that I thought that same thing. It was like, Jason can't ever really hurt him because it's in the dreams. Like they would never like fight in the real world.
Yeah, because obviously if it's in the real world, now it's real world physics.
Right. And then that gives, Jason 100% advantage.
Like the odds for Freddy to win that
6'5" guy with a machete versus a 5 foot guy, 125 pounds with like a glove with some razors on it.
Yeah, but you know what? Even the fight at the beginning or at the end of the movie, Freddy is much more squirrely than you thought he would be.
Oh, right?
But before we get into more discussion about that, I guess we should do the review or the overview of the entire movie. It's not really complicated. It's a little complicated because where you have to meld two stories into one.
Right.
And so I'm
and
gonna
there
go.
is a story. Like like I kind of joked about that. Like you get like some of like the Jason movies, and it's just like, okay, he's gonna come back, and then he's gonna kill some people, and then they're gonna find a way to put him back in Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
that's the movie. And then the next movie will be he's gonna come back, kill some kids, and then they're gonna find a way to put him back into Crystal Lake. Like, and so it's like just like it's the same movie, but just different ways for him to kill people.
Yeah.
Freddy had a lot more depth, I always felt to his movies. Like there was different ways that different things he was doing.
It felt more like a psychological horror.
Yeah.
Because he's always messing with your head, right?
And then this, now you're getting both sides, and you're getting a story that's connecting them. So like I was joking, but like it's really like this is a more in-depth story than most of the other Freddy or Jason movies.
Yeah, I mean, because like the writers had a pretty arduous task of trying to meld both lores into one,
right?
And trying to do it where it didn't seem too forced.
Yeah.
But yeah, whoever had the idea of having Freddy use Jason to terrorize his old community, so they would think that it was Freddy, so he can come back. Genius. Right?
Genius.
I mean, you know, like in a lot of places, it sounds like a Reddit forum post, you know, but genius.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a quick overview of it. So, like I told you before, at the beginning of the movie, we get the overview of Freddy Krueger saying that he needs them to remember so he can come back at full power.
Yes.
And so he says he found someone in hell who could just do the job. Don't know how much pull Freddy has in hell to resurrect Jason when it's not camping season, and an entire another like in a maybe another state or something like that. Because, you know, they at the end of the movie, they do drive to Crystal Lake in like maybe 2-3 hours, right?
Yes, it's gotta be. It can't be that far. I mean,
Yeah.
Jason walked to Manhattan one time, so
Did he walk to Manhattan?
I can't remember how he got to Manhattan.
See, like in my mind, when my friend told me, he's like, "Oh, have you ever seen Jason Goes to Manhattan?" All I could think about was Jason in the plane asking for like roasted honey nuts, and then like. If they're like in a tall building, Jason in an elevator with the music, the tall and tan. And it's just Jason, like this 6'5", 80-pound muscle looking dirty. It's hilarious to me. Oh.
Somebody in a dream.
Yeah. Right? Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And so we get the very common teenage kickback / hangout party,
right?
With our main characters, who is gonna be I think Lori, Kia, and like some other people that don't really matter.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, they're just having a normal Friday night hangout session with their friends. You know, we get one of the other characters that kind of dies pretty early on. She's like a drunk. She's in high school, but she's sort of having bad habits too early, right?
Yeah.
She's smoking, she's drinking. She has an asshole boyfriend who seems like he'll become a wife beater later.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And you know, it's super gratifying that like while they're having sex, you know, she's trying to cuddle. He's like, "Oh, you know, I don't like to cuddle. We're all sticky right now." And it's super gratifying that he's like the first death.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's
yeah. Sometimes in these movies, like you just you
want
pick that.
people to
Yeah,
die.
you want them to die.
And he gets folded up like a taco, like a pancake taco.
Right. It's like some machete through his back, through the bed, and then backwards taco fold.
And so obviously the kids are freaking out. They go outside. We meet the sheriff, who's just one of the sheriffs or deputies who's just patrolling through town. Scary Movie alumni.
That's where I recognized him from too. He's in a ton of things too.
Oh,
but that's
yeah.
like the one that was like, oh, he's from.
Yeah,
I was like, is he in Scream or Scary Movie?
He was in Scream, the TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see? So he's like he's one of those like characters that like you always see him around, but he's never like a big name dude.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe earlier in his career he was always playing like the asshole person, but yeah. And so obviously there's this big commotion. They're like, oh, they're freaking out about this guy Tyler, his death.
Yep.
His friend is freaking out. He falls asleep. His dad is giving him a hard time. He's like, "Can you just leave me alone? My best friend just died." And then he has a dream about Freddy, and this is where we first see Freddy in his form and fashion in the nightmares.
Yes.
But not strong enough to kill the kid.
Right. He tries to give him a slash, but it just doesn't work.
Yep. And then when he wakes up, he finds his dad sitting next to him with his head chopped off. Gotta say, that machete must be one of those Japanese-made machetes, because he sliced through him without even...
The Ginsu machete.
The Ginsu knife. And, of course, Jason kills this kid as well. I'm surprised he didn't kill him in his sleep. Right?
Jason's got more class than that.
Well, he killed the girl in his sleep.
Yeah, but he deserved it.
Oh, I mean, if you think about it, Jason sort of saved her from getting sexually assaulted by this raver kid.
Yeah.
By killing her, too. And so the next morning, as the news is on the TV, we have these two characters, Mark and Will, I believe, who's played by Jason Ritter.
Yep.
John Ritter's kid. They're in a psychiatric hospital, and they've been taking drugs to suppress their dreams so they don't have nightmares.
Right. And I believe that they were in a previous movie, really? Freddy movie.
Man, I don't remember. I just thought like it was just like, eh.
Because the blonde one, I totally recognized him.
Oh, but he's like in a lot of things.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's in a lot of...
I think it was like, especially like in the horror films in the early 2000s, he was like in a lot of them.
Okay,
because
maybe that's what I do.
He has one of those intense faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because he's in a Final Destination movie, I think.
I think so. One of those.
Yeah,
he's in a bunch.
Yeah.
But he sees that his childhood...
See how well we research these things beforehand?
he sees his childhood girlfriend in the TV, and so they make a plan to escape.
Yep.
And so they get to the high school. They're going through the high school thing. Oh, well, actually, no. She's in the police precinct, and she's like, "Who could possibly do this?" And it feels like the sheriffs know anything, but then they're like, "No, we don't say that Freddy name in here."
Right. So she hears the name Freddy.
Yeah.
And so she starts like
trying to think about it.
Digging through her mind palace.
Yeah, and so like Freddy Krueger in this sense feels like an earworm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like one of those like stupid summer songs that they play over and over on the radio, and even though you hate it, you hum it.
Right. And it's one of those things where Freddy had set it up so Jason kills the first person in the original Elm House, and that's what makes everybody
that makes sense.
Think, it's too coincidental that there's another murder in this house.
Yeah.
Where if it was just somewhere in town, it'd be like, oh great, we've got a town of killers.
Yeah. So I didn't even think about Jason going to the Elm House.
Yeah.
In the original house. Oh wow. But yeah, and so she has a nightmare about Freddy, and she wakes up. The deputy that found them is like, I don't think this is whatever guy you guys are talking about. I think this is the murderer from the Crystal Lake killings.
Right. He's like, I think this is a Crystal Lake copycat.
Yeah, the Jason Voorhees murders. And he was like, you're not from this town. You don't know.
Yeah. But we're not going to tell you who it could be. Who we think it is, because
we don't say that name.
If we say that the name Snape, it gives him power. Voldemort.
Or Voldemort.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snape. Yeah, that guy's an asshole too. I've never watched the Harry Potter movies. Sorry, guys, to disappoint you. I never wasn't for me. But yeah, and so we get to the next day. She's obviously traumatized because she hasn't slept. She runs into Will after Mark freaks her out by saying, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Right, and he goes and he like
super intense.
Yes, and he like basically yells, "Freddy Krueger's gonna kill you!" in like the hallway at school. So like now 90 kids hear that name.
Yeah, and so later on they try to figure out why the town's people have tried to cover up these murders. And Mark is more of the conspiracy theorist type of guy. He's more open-minded to ideas.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Will is like, Freddy wasn't real, dude. There's no dream demon.
Yes, yeah.
But Mark is like, no, dude, he's real. I know it. My brother
killed
would
my
never.
brother, yeah.
Yeah. My brother would never kill himself, type of deal. But he pretty much summarizes the whole town's plan. Super smart kid, right? He's like, oh my god, maybe they redacted everything about Freddy Krueger to erase him from the history. That way he doesn't gain any power, and that way he's not able to kill kids anymore.
Yeah, and then he's like, holy crap, and I just yelled his name in a crowd of people.
Yeah. But you gotta give him like a little bit of leeway, because I mean the dude's been locked up for 5 years maybe.
Yes.
And he's just like, he's coming off his meds.
Right. Yeah, because every kid who was basically in that town who had dreams, they put away in like an asylum and are giving them the Hypnosil to keep them from...
it was every kid who ever had contact with Freddy or someone that was being terrorized by Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Will also, he saw the murder of Laurie's mom, but it's only because Freddy Krueger was killing her.
Right.
And that's how he contracted the disease,
yes.
the Freddy Krueger disease.
Yeah.
But Will goes to check up on Laurie, because what you do right after two of your friends get murdered is go to the middle of a cornfield and have a rager.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you have a couple drinks and get it off your mind.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
You probably don't do it that night. You wait a week, but
and
after the funeral.
And a whole bunch of things happen here. But one of the girls that was at the house, she falls asleep in some boiler room type of place, or not boiler. Sorry, she falls asleep in the middle of the cornfield.
She's the heavy drinking, smoking girl. So I think she just more passes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then this is probably the first time Freddy has finally gained enough strength.
Yeah.
To try to kill people in their dreams. Unfortunately for Freddy, though, as this girl is being sexually assaulted by some raver kid.
Right. In the real world.
Jason comes and gives them both the pipe.
Yeah, he sticks a pipe through both of their bodies.
Yeah. And tosses the other guy for an Olympic level throw.
Right, 30 feet.
But at that point, at the moment Freddy was going to kill her, Jason pipes them both, right?
Yes.
And Freddy is super upset because he's like, no, she's mine.
Right, he was like, Jason was supposed to kill a couple people and then go back to Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Why is he killing my hunt?
Yeah, because he needs these souls, right?
Yep.
Because in one of the Jason movies, when you saw his chest, it's a whole bunch of souls like pressing up against his body.
Yeah, right. Because the more people he kills, the more
power he gets.
The more terror is in the town.
Yeah.
And the more people who are scared of him, the stronger he gets.
Yeah. And so Jason is now terrorizing this party. We get a bestiality joke from these two kids. One of the chubbier kid sets him on fire, which is now even more terrifying.
Right, because he's got like a pitcher full of like Everclear. He's like, "This Everclear is messing me up."
I mean, who just holds a pitcher of Everclear? The fact that you could set it on fire should let you know that one shot's enough.
Right.
And I mean, we do get a sweet machete kill. A flaming machete kill, and
it's done almost in a way that I like. In the back of my head, I was like, "Was this movie made in 3D? Because that would have been a very cool 3D effect."
Yeah,
but I think this is too early for 3D.
Yeah, 2003. That's when this movie came out. And so everybody disperses. Will takes Laurie to go back to Mark's house.
Yeah.
At this point, Mark has made the mistake of falling asleep. Right. And now he's seeing the terror of his dead brother yelling at him, saying that it was somehow his fault.
Right.
And so Freddy Krueger kills him brutally in his sleep. And this is probably the best actor in the movie. T. BH. I don't know. What do you think about his performance as like a character in this film for the short amount of time?
No, it was good. Yeah, and it's another face I recognize. Yeah,
yeah. And so but Freddy carves his name into this kid's body, so the adults know.
I like the little subtle joke where on the guy's back he carves Freddy's back. That's a dad joke if I ever seen one. Yep.
And so now the whole town is freaking out. Well, at least the cops are freaking out because Freddy is back.
Yes.
Right. But the sheriff is like, "No, this is Jason Voorhees." And so as they're trying to go for a meeting in the friend's basement, the cop is there. He's like, "I think it's Jason Voorhees." I was like, how did you find this group of teenagers just so you can come out of the dark and say this? Like a mob boss.
I mean, that was a good joke, too, because then they're like, "How did you find us?" And he's like, "Well, you got the Scooby van parked in the back," because they've been driving around in a van.
But, so they hatch a plan to get Hypnocil from the psychiatric hospital.
Yes.
Freddy knows this plan, and he knows that Hypnocil is gonna make the nightmares die down. It's gonna shut off that part of their brain so they don't have nightmares.
No dreams.
And so Freddy possesses one of the stoner kids.
Right. So, the kid who's basically Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, but he's like the great value version.
Oh yeah.
Like the Shasta of Jay. Hey, but Shasta, if you guys want to sponsor us, that's cool. I'll retract that later on. Because then during this whole incursion, he's like, I need to take a J break.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what you want to do when people are dying around you.
Yeah. We've just broken into a federal facility. Let's take a little break and take a hit.
Yeah. And so. But yeah, he gets possessed by Freddy, and then Freddy downs the Hypnocil down the drain so they can't take it.
Yeah.
But he fills up he fills up 2 syringes with the tranquilizer that the hospital gives patients. And so he's like, "Don't worry, I got this, bitch." And he ends up tranking Jason.
Yep.
But while that happens, he gets chopped in half. It's a clean chop too.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because Freddy's possessed this kid, and he's thinking, if I can trank Jason, then Jason will be asleep, and I can just kill him in his sleep.
Right.
And then we don't have to worry about Jason and his shenanigans messing up this town.
Right. Who's the
sure,
good guy?
I'm not sure it's considered shenanigans if you're killing people. But
yeah, and so they're like, "Oh, we have to take him back to Crystal Lake because then he'll just stay there."
Right. Yes, because now the kids are more scared of
Jason,
of Freddy.
Oh, Freddy, yes.
Than Jason.
Yeah, and then Kia says, "We're not safe asleep or awake."
Yeah.
Because then Jason's still all over the town doing all that.
Right.
And so they're like, "Okay, well, if we bring him to Crystal Lake, he'll stay asleep." But Laurie's like, she hatches this plan because she has brought a piece of Freddy back from the dream world.
Right.
And so she thinks if we take them to Crystal Lake and I bring Freddy out from my dream into the real world, one of them's going to kill each other.
If you have watched the Freddy movies, you know that it's a possibility because in one of the movies they do that. She grabs Freddy and she wakes up, and then she has brought Freddy into the real world so that they can fight him. Yeah.
And so, yeah, Laurie is the one that goes under because that's the one Freddy fancies the most.
Yep.
And, he does make an inappropriate joke about Kia later on, but we will not say that in this podcast.
Because we are now 2020 where it is no longer politically correct.
Right. And I can't, Robert Englund can say whatever he wants. I can't. It's good. But yeah, so Laurie ends up waking up because her hand's on fire or something like that.
Right. Yeah, she burns herself.
I mean, we do have the Lindbergh kid. He gets thrown into the wall, into like one of those shelf holders.
Right.
He ends up dying because of it. Kelly Rowland ends up dying after a very, very just a very terrible tirade of insults. And we have like just a super awesome boss battle between Freddy versus Jason. You know, Jason is he's slow but he's strong.
Yeah.
And Freddy is quick and nimble, getting little jabs here and there, hopefully to slow him down. He uses the environment. He's like the Jackie Chan of horror.
Yes.
Horror villains.
Right. He's all parkouring. He's shooting
the oxygen tanks.
Yep, like torpedoes. Yep.
Yeah, he's setting up traps.
So I'm watching this on like janky TV because I couldn't find it. Like it's not on Netflix and it's not on Amazon Prime
or Shudder.
Right.
What am I paying?
So Freddy hits the bottle and it shoots like a torpedo.
Yeah.
And hits and Jason picks him up off the ground, and right at that second my TV like freezes to like refresh. It was like this coolest like
wallpaper.
I was like, oh, that was being exactly where I would have paused it if I intentionally paused it.
And then the fight goes on for at least like 15 minutes.
Oh, it's
like
at least
pretty long fight. But it ends up where it always ends up in Crystal Lake, right on the dock.
Yep.
And I mean, at this point, Freddy he looks like he's about to have it in the bag. He chops off Jason's fingers. He drops the machete. And now he's just punishing Jason with this machete. I forgot to say, we did have a Freddy versus Jason in the dream world.
Right.
Where Freddy could not kill Jason.
Where she goes to sleep to try to grab Jason or Freddy. At that point, Freddy and Jason are
dream battling.
And Jason is getting his butt whooped.
Yeah, but Freddy is upset because he can't kill him.
Right.
He's like, why don't you die?
Yep.
But in the real world, Freddy's not doing as bad as we thought he would.
Right?
You know, because he's punishing him, but we get Lori and Will. They end up setting fire, and in the propane, there's a huge explosion.
Yep.
And
blow up the whole dock.
Oh, wait, sorry. Before that, one really cool thing is that Jason does rip off Freddy's bad hand.
Yeah.
That's the left hand. The right hand is still good because, he does that little finger motion. And he's like, yeah, I masturbate. But after it was really cool to watch Jason rip off Freddy's arm.
Right. And it's like a cool combo scene because he's getting the arm ripped off at the same time that Freddy is pushing the machete through Jason's heart.
Yeah, I mean Jason,
or I guess through his chest.
Yeah, Jason does take a absolute huge amount of damage in this because Freddy gouges him.
Yeah,
with his fingernails.
Oh, right through the mask.
And it's just like, oh. But after the explosion, the kids are on the dock, and it looks like Freddy's about to machete the both of them.
Yep.
But before that, I also can see why this looked like it was in 3D. Jason does kill Freddy with his own hand.
Yeah.
And then he just falls into the water, and then I think we get the weakest, like, I'm gonna kill you line ever. I don't know if it was just the actress and she couldn't sell the line to me.
I don't know. She had a pretty intense face. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I think I bought it more than you did.
And it was a callback to Freddy's line where he's like, "You're in my world now."
Right. Yep.
But I don't know. I didn't feel it. Like, I didn't feel the sense of like, oh, she feels like it's over when I chop this dude's head off. But yeah, she's like, "Welcome to my world, bitch," and chops Freddy's head off, and then they walk into the sunrise.
Yeah.
But we cut back to the screen, fog over a beautiful Crystal Lake.
Right. So if this movie came out now, this would be post-credit. Yeah.
And Jason alive, whole once again. Somehow he had his eyes just regenerated.
It's magic water at Crystal Lake.
and then he's carrying Freddy's head off, and then we get we get both endings for both movies, because at first it's the Jason music, and then we get with the Freddy, he winks, and then we get the Freddy music.
Yep.
So no one really won,
right? Well, because they're both immortal, so like they can't really kill each other, and then
Right.
if they're both, if they give you the impression that they're both alive, then there's
alive.
there's a
It's a
possible
draw.
of a sequel. But yes, then you also have the draw, because if you had just like one beat the other just flat out, you would offend one demographic of the fans.
Yeah. But yeah, we get to the end of the film. That's the movie. All right. Now we can just talk about our favorite things about this movie. One of them is the inappropriateness of Freddy Krueger.
Yes. So many just jokes that would not necessarily be allowed in a 2020 movie.
Well, I mean, he has a lot of like the Anthony Jeselnik jokes. Do you know that guy? He's the guy with the dead baby jokes.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. And he also has a lot of those come sit at Uncle Fred's lap kind of mentality.
Yes, yep.
But like, I mean, okay, so if you grew up with these 80s and 90s horror films, it's just funny to you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's just the that's the way Freddy is. Like, it's just, and it's all jokes that were appropriate not inappropriate at the time. I guess maybe they were never appropriate.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But they were less politically incorrect in the era that they came out.
2003. Yeah, I mean, I was still saying things that was probably would get me canceled now, like...
Right.
But it was a different time. This is like, if you're easily offended by things, you probably don't want to watch this movie, or we'll shut off this movie.
Right.
Yeah. But that's probably one of my favorite lines, is just Robert Englund playing the Freddy Krueger with the very absurd lines that he had. Kobe, what did you like about the film?
There's a couple like great things. Like I don't like when Jason goes into the rave. I don't necessarily ever remember a movie where he went into a group of people that large and hacked up that many people. And I mean, it's basically like he eliminated 90% of those kids that heard Freddy's name. So I mean, like, obviously that's why Freddy's so mad at him. He's like, you're killing off my fear factor.
Yeah, my food. This is my fear food.
But yeah, he just walks through that rave just hacking and slashing just kid after kid.
Well, like if you didn't disperse after the flaming machete killed the fat kid.
Right.
You're just
like the few kids who ran at him,
who are you stopping?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That dude's all over lumberjack.
Not only flaming machete, but he walks into the rave on fire from the Everclear.
Oh yeah.
A giant flaming man with a flaming machete.
Who is not phased?
Hacking people up. Yeah, you don't run at that.
And he is not phased by this flame, like fire on him. So if you know what, it's just the strong survives type of deal. The smartest.
Yeah. So I really liked that, because I thought that was just such a fun hack and slash scene. And I know that it was kind of like, as you go through and watch other reviewers and stuff, there was a lot of people who complained about how Freddy didn't get his due amount of kills. Mm-hmm. But I thought that was the whole point of this was Jason had was stealing all these kills from Freddy, so he couldn't get them.
Yeah,
so to me that totally made sense. Yeah, if Freddy was killing a lot of people, then it would be then
why would he need Jason?
Right, he's already back.
But it made sense that Jason was getting all these kills, is because look, just because you brought him back doesn't mean you can control him.
Right. Right.
Because on the scale of evil, he's pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. You got Magneto, and he's got like he can convince the Juggernaut to do things, but like you can't. Once the Juggernaut starts running, you can't stop him.
Yeah. See, that's also one thing that you want to steer away from, the Juggernaut, bitch. Yeah, and so like that argument, it's a moot point. It's just like you throw that away because of course, dude, you can't stop Jason from killing, and Jason probably like throughout his franchises has the coolest like on-screen kills. It's like just the most brutal way that you can kill somebody.
Oh yeah.
I think one that still sticks in my mind is the sleeping bag one.
I was just thinking that same one.
I mean, if
Classic.
you have to not count for the Friday the 13th movie where it was his mom doing the killing.
Right.
And was that Friday the 13th, the first one or the second one?
It's like the first one.
The first one, okay. She's the one that started the mythos.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, because that was how, and then that's kind of how this movie started, where Freddy came to Jason in the dream as his mom. And was like...
Was that the original actress, too?
Oh, yeah. I am not sure.
Yeah.
It's been some years, and she was not a spring chicken in the first one.
I mean, because I was like, man, she kind of looks like her. And like I don't remember the Friday the 13th, the first one, very vividly. So I was like, is that the original actress? Because kudos.
Right.
But yeah, it probably wasn't. Yeah, because then she was pretty old in the first one.
Yeah. See, I feel like I've seen almost all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in the theater. But I don't think I saw
all the Friday the 13th movies.
Friday the 13th movies in the theater, except for
Jason X.
No, I didn't even see that one in the theater. There's the one where they have the girl has like psychic powers, and then she like battles against him.
Oh, I think that was that
There's
6?
Maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, there's so many of these movies.
I did see that one in the theater. I actually saw that one in the theater twice because I thought that was so cool when they were fighting against it. But that was the only... I think that's the only Friday the 13th one I've actually seen in the theater. But I have seen all of them as they've come out, like on VHS mostly.
All right, before we talk a little bit more about the movie, I have to ask, which one is your favorite Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street movie?
It's probably Dream Warriors.
Oh, yes.
So let's go see the Friday the 13th where he fights the girl with psychic powers. But then same thing. Where I like my favorite one was like when all the kids realize that they can control themselves in the dreams.
Yeah,
and then they all like real battle him. I thought that was
Well, like the last one, it was a her, right? The last one, it's always like a girl.
Yeah.
I think I remember she was able to take all of the skills of her friends, and then
she was like the Highlander.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. See, mine is between Dream Warriors because of how like Dream Warriors is it's goofy as hell.
Yeah.
But it's between that and it's between Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street, where we follow Nancy from the first movie, and it's like supposed to be her real life.
Right. I did not see that one in theaters, but I remember seeing that, and that was a very cool twist to it.
Yeah. What's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
It's obviously the one with the girl with psychic powers that fights him. No, like I said, the goofy one where he's in Manhattan is like, but I don't remember how he got there.
I'm pretty sure it was on plane, Colby. He asked for the honey roasted peanuts.
Jason X was just like as a B movie fanatic, like that is just sweet and delicious.
Yeah, that is my favorite Jason movie, Jason X, because it is so ridiculous that they're. And then the best part was halfway through the movie, a lot of people's arguments were like, oh, I mean, they have like lasers and stuff, you know? They should be able to kill him easily. And then the sexy android in the movie does.
Right.
The only issue is she kills him onto the nanotech medbay. And then we get a futuristic Jason.
Yeah.
Who is able to combat sexy android girl and kill her. Oh man. And then we get the holocron sequence where he's back in Crystal Lake, and then these two very hot chicks are like taking their tops off, and they're like, let's go skinny dipping. And then we get the iconic sleeping bag kill.
So good.
Yeah, Jason X is like just a goofy, fun horror film.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you even a slasher film? Oh man. Is there any other parts that you enjoyed in here?
I thought it was kind of an interesting, like, because Freddy always kind of shows up in weird ways in people's dreams. So I liked that they had the the kid, like the stoner kid.
Yeah.
And he starts smoking and he falls asleep, and then Freddy shows up as like the worm from like Alice in Wonderland with
the caterpillar.
Yeah, the caterpillar with like the hookah pipe. He's all like, "Hey, come take a hit."
Oh yeah, that is fun. That was probably the least scary one for Freddy Krueger, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's goofy, but it was just it was fitting for like his dream.
Yeah, I mean, I guess his whole goal was to really just possess this kid, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was fun. I was sad that the deputy kid or the deputy guy died so quickly. He died. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and then Kelly. I want to like Kelly Rowland's in here because I think as one of the Destiny's Childs that didn't do too much after Destiny's Child, I was like, oh, maybe she should get into acting. But man, I just felt like they made her play such a typical character. Like just your 80s standard, yeah, that's how that character would act like.
Right. It was. I feel horrible saying it, but it was like the token minority. They were like, oh, everybody's white. We got somebody who's got like a kind of a name, and we have an extra part. Let's put them in. Not that it was like a weak part. I mean, like she played like a real role in the movie. It wasn't just a token minority, but it was.
But I think it's funny because I didn't think that when I first watched the film back in 2003, but now when I watch it, I was like,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It comes off pretty bad. I mean, but yeah, if you watch this movie, a lot of people's favorite things is gonna be about Freddy because he's such a character,
right?
And
then I guess I was reading some stuff that the like the hardcore Jason fans didn't like the actor who played this Jason because he was like a weaker actor than the other Jason actors. Like he was I guess he was like the stunt double in a number of the movies, and then he was like only maybe in like one or two movies that he actually played Jason. The director picked him because he was the physically the largest, and that way when they stood Jason versus Freddy, like they didn't have to do camera angles or special effects to show a size difference. Where I apparently like the other Jason actors were all willing to do the part because this was such a fan
heavy
fanfic, basically. Like a
fan service.
Fan service, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because what is the issue? Is he not emoting enough through the mask? Because I mean, for me, it's like he is very physically imposing,
right?
Just look at how much he towers over the teenagers in this film.
Definitely.
And so I get the director's choice of person to play Jason, just because you want the biggest dude in here.
Right.
How did you feel about it? Because I mean,
I didn't even really know that there was, different actors and whatever playing him in different movies, and because to me, like, he's just a big unstoppable force that doesn't really need like an acting ability. He's just basically hack and slash. And
yeah, I mean, we do get some off the wall Jason kills in here.
Right.
We get the neck snap, which Jason isn't really famous for.
Right.
I mean, he does punch all. He uses his broken, chopped up hand to pierce through Freddy Krueger's body. So we get some pretty unorthodox like kills from Jason.
Yeah.
And we get
stumpy fingers. That's a very blunt object. That's a lot of force you got to push to get it through somebody's body.
And then we get a great depiction of how unstoppable Jason is, because I'm going to let you know right now, I don't think I'd ever want to be hit by an oxygen tank going that to the force that it could pick up Jason.
Right.
And he's just taking these hits like a champ.
Yeah, and then there's like the rebarb that fall off the building.
Yeah.
And they just basically impales him to the ground.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a funny scene, because Freddy, he tries to dump the sand truck on him and it gets stuck, and then Freddy falls in almost like a Home Alone type fashion. And then he's like, "Oh no." And then he gets hit with one of the rhubarb that Jason snapped off.
Yep.
Oh man, I mean, there's a story in this film, which is like I appreciate, because, you know, when you hear Freddy versus Jason, you're thinking, oh, that plot's gonna be like public restroom tissue thin. like you know your finger's gonna go through it,
right?
But there is a plot in here, but you watch this movie just to watch Jason and Freddy go toe to toe.
Right. I mean, and I felt like it was a really well done build up where you get enough of each of them individually, and then it's not just like one quick fight scene. It's a whole dream battle. Yeah. There's like a whole Crystal Lake battle, and then there's the pier battle with the kids. Yeah. And so I mean, it's really
good.
I don't know. I felt like I didn't ever felt missed out. Like sometimes you have like something like this, and you're like,
"There's not enough."
Oh, that's Oh, they only fought for like 3 minutes, and then that's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of people felt during Batman versus Superman. So we do get a great amount of time for both of them, because we get the dream world battles and then we get the real life battles, but we also get a whimpering Jason. I think this is the first time you ever get to see Jason just whimper on the floor because of some water.
That's right. Because Freddy's in the dreams, he's got to find Jason's weakness.
And it was hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious that there's like a 15-year-old like in his underwear, like shivering naked. But when they pull up and he has the mask on, I was dying. I was laughing. Yes. All right. Oh, we're getting to our hour mark, so we gotta get to the reviews. If it's the first time you guys are joining us, we do our reviews in 4 sections with Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and Ultimate Box Collection.
Yeah. I don't know what would be in the Ultimate Box. Would this be like a full run of like Freddy and Jason and then this movies? I
feel like they could do it.
They could.
Like it'll be like what, like maybe like an 11-disc Blu-ray. But it'd be awesome.
It'd be like 25 discs, I feel.
Oh, see, all right. So here, check it out. Right, this is the 11-disc case holder, and the front of it, where all the Freddy movies are, it's the Nightmare on Elm Street house.
Oh, okay.
And then when you go to the back of it with the Jason movies, it's the entrance to Crystal Lake Camp.
Yep.
Boom. Easy buy.
Yeah. No, I would love to buy that on Ultimate.
Yeah.
Because I love all the movies. Like, even the bad ones are good.
Jason Goes to Hell. That one had the most memorable, like, VHS cover art, where it was, like, the mask and then the two little snake-looking things coming out of the eye holes.
Yep.
Oh, man. So are you going Ultimate Box Collection?
I would. If it wasn't that, I would probably do this on Blu-ray. There'd probably be some special features and stuff.
Yeah.
This is definitely something I'd love to keep in the collection, like long term.
Yeah. Oh man, I would go Ultimate Box Collection. I mean, it is just one of the two heavy-hitting horror film villains in this movie.
Right.
And if you could at least get 3 to 5 of the 3 to 5 from each franchise into an Ultimate Box Collection, with it topping off with this, that's still an easy buy. If you go with my idea, that's an awesome display for my house.
Right, and then you could split it so it opens, and so like you could set it on a shelf, and it would have half the movies on one side, half the other, and you could see both of the.
Oh right. Oh yeah. When you open, so like, oh wait, no. So like the front of it, Elm Street, right?
Yeah.
But when you open it, because it opens up like one of those block things.
Yep.
It's the Crystal Lake Camp.
Yep.
Oh, guys, you guys should really hire us for these Ultimate Box movie collection ideas.
There we go. There's a side job. We'll just start making the boxes to send to people, and then they can buy their own movies and fill it.
Oh, I guess I have to I guess I have to find somewhere in Las Vegas that does woodworking, because that's an awesome business idea.
Or 3D printing, maybe. I don't know.
Oh man, that'd be really cool. All right, guys, we're coming up to the hour of our episode. Like always, if you guys have any ideas you want to throw at us, our email and our Twitter is down below. If there's themes you want us to do, feel free to contact us.
Definitely, at least like and share, and tell your friends about us, or how good we are, or how bad we are. Make us famous. We'd appreciate it.
Oh, but I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. My name is Barry,
and this is Colby,
and this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage from the podcast Music for Podcast 3 album, and our Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.